let's just another footnote, cliff note. Let me explain this because people might not understand. So what happened is, and a lot of this material is public court documents, so it's fascinating to read. Your father dies in 1993,
Three.
right?
Mhm.
And he
Yeah,
leaves a
52
will.
years old. Mhm.
Leaves
That
a
we don't know
will.
about. We don't know about the
No
will.
one tells anyone. And in fact, in your book, when you ask your mother, "Did Dad leave a will?" she says, "Earth to moon. Of course he didn't leave a will." So that expression is used in a dismissive, like, "You're too young to understand." Of course not. How could you be? So then in 2015, when your mother dies, you discover there was actually a will. Now, legally, the will is unenforceable because his he put her in charge of the estate, but it's just useful because it does show what he intended, which you say was an even split between the siblings, and for her to get out of the music business. What in fact Gail does is she stays in the music business, gets even more immersed in it, and then there are a series of different trusts, and then near the end of her life, she changes her trust to leave Ahmed and Diva, the two youngest, co-trustees of the estate, with control over it. Um, and she splits, and I'm sorry, I know this sounds like a lot of data, but I just want to, she splits the inheritance 30% to Ahmed, 30% to Diva, and 20% to you, and 20% to Dweezil. That's what you're talking about. And you write this, I just want to read this paragraph without one profane word, but it's in your book. What parent does this? What mother does this? What the F did I do? What mother chooses some kids over others? What mother wishes unending love and peace and belief in resources and creativity and total empowerment and divides a family into a them and an us, into a hateful before and an even worse after? What siblings allow that? Who are these people? So, who are these people? So, you've had time now to try to figure this out. What have you figured out about yourself and about your siblings as it relates to this final gift from your mom?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously quite a shock because again, we all sacrificed so much, and we were the five musketeers, and so it was a devastating blow that my father's wishes were not upheld, and there was and Gail essentially wrote that that Dweezil and I could never have anything to do with the business, never make a decision about the business. And it wasn't about the money, it was the well wishing. It was that she, after knowing me all those years, she's like, eh. I mean, it's a lot to to wrestle with because it robbed me of the chance to grieve her at that time. And when my siblings followed through on the mean wishes of our mean mother and not my father's wishes for himself, again preserving this legacy, it just didn't make sense to me, especially when I felt that they, according to my attorney, they could have altered it just with four signatures and a judge's approval. And it's not, again, it wasn't about I didn't get the stuff. It was that my contribution meant nothing. My that I just wasn't recognized, that my ideas weren't recognized. So many times I would go to Gail. I mean, you have to understand, both of my parents died millions of dollars in debt. So already I was thinking, how are you a genius, but you don't have health insurance? I was asked to give my house to them, and I didn't even think twice so that my father could have, pay some hospital bills. And so it just was a big, um, you know, said, understatement. It was a big bummer that was the
Moon,
outcome of this close family.